Hello everyone, welcome to another short video on solving LeetCode problems with APL. Today we will be solving the next free problem, which is 1470 shuffle the array. And the problem statement is as follows. Given an array of numbers consisting of 2n elements, return the array in the form x1, y1, x2, y2, etc. Okay, so what it's asking us to do is to take the first half of the array and kind of interleave it with the second half of the array, and then we want to return the interleaved version. Okay, I was talking really slowly because I was trying to think of the best way to do this in APL, but I think I've figured out a way to do it, not necessarily the best way. Sorry. So we have our vector over here, and we want to transform this vector v into the vector 2, 3, 5, 4, 1, 7, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2, 3, 5, 4, 1, 7, exactly. So the 2 is the first one, the 3 is the first one of the second half, then the 5, which is the second one of the first half, and then the 4, which is the second one of the second half, and etc. And so the way we are going to go about solving this is by first taking the second half and putting it below the first half. So in other words, we want to reshape this vector. So for example, for v, for this particular one, we want to build a matrix with 2 rows and 3 columns. So this is what we want to build. And then what we can do is transpose it, and then we can ravel the matrix, which basically means we are going to, in a way, take all of the rows and put them together in a vector. So this is our solution, but the problem here is this 2, 3 was hard-coded for my v. I want this to always be a 2, and this should always be half of the number of elements in v. So we can pack this into a short diff, which is basically a small function, and what we are going to do is something in here and then reshape the argument. Well, we know we always want 2 rows, and then it's just a question of finding out how many columns we want, and that's the number of elements in omega, and we want to divide that by 2. And that's basically taking this in parentheses and dividing by 2. But I already have a set of parentheses here, so I want to avoid this extra level of depth. So let me go ahead and add it to the left using this confused face, the commute operator, I think that's the name. This is really embarrassing, I should know these names by now. Yeah, the switch operator, the switch operator to make this division work the other way around. So we can see it already works for our elements, for our vector with 6 elements, and let's try some other test cases. So maybe this one over here. So what's our solution applied to this? It gives 1, 4, 2, 2, no, 1, 4, 2, 3, 3, etc. So let's compare it. So is this the same vector as this one? And it is. And for the final case, 1, 1, 2, 2, that's a simple one. So 1, 1, 2, 2, it gives 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So there you have it. This is a really short solution in a diff. And now, if you're wondering how to do this tacitly, well, I guess I can give it a go. So let's see what I can come up with. So what we want is to take the original thing and we want to reshape it with 2 rows, and the number of columns is going to be half of the columns there exist. So that should be, so we want the number of, not the number of columns of the vector, we want the number of elements of the vector, and then we need to divide this by 2. And so that would be division by 2. So this does the reshape, and then we want to revel after transposing. Okay, and now we have our point-free solution. So our point-free solution is this function over here that looks like this, which is very, very ugly, and I'm probably missing some very obvious way to do this. But well, this is what I came up with, so feel free to leave a comment down below saying how much of an exaggeration this is and showing me all of your really short and smart solutions. But basically, just to review this bit over here is trying to build the new shape, and it does that by taking the 2, which is the number of rows, and always concatenating it to half of the number of elements of the vector, and then we take the vector and reshape it with this pair of numbers, and then we revel the transpose. So this is our tested solution. So like I said, feel free to comment down below with your alternative solutions and or add them to the GitHub repository that should be linked in the description. So that's it for now. See you in the next video.